All right, guys, testing. Let me make sure this is working. All right, looks like we're good. Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Hope everyone had a nice weekend this weekend. Back at it. It is Monday, March 7th, 2022. Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, click on that white logo, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel, like our videos. Make sure to hit that like button. Really do appreciate it. As always, we're now at 8,502 subscribers. Thanks again. I'm trying to get to 10,000. Appreciate you guys as always. I didn't do a Friday video. I went ahead and switched it up and did an Instagram Ask Me Anything. Included some charts there, so that was really fun. So it was nice to switch it up here and there. Might just do those on Friday. We'll see. A lot of people don't get on Fridays on YouTube, which I completely understand. They're probably heading up to their nearest bar for the crazy week that we had last week as well. So let's go ahead and get started for the week. Dow Jones Futures down 166 points, was down as much as 460 overnight. NASDAQ was down as much as 2% overnight, down 55 now. S&P Futures down 0.43% at 43.08. We do have a gap to fill right around 43.18. We may just fill that pretty soon. We have actually a lot of gaps to fill. We'll go over that here in a second. Russell 2000 futures down about 0.29%, only about six points. Actually, not terrible. Kind of figuring out where we were. Let's take a look at crude oil. Crude oil topped out at around 130.50. There is a gap to fill to the downside right around 115.29. So I'm watching that. Gasoline futures up 2.43% at 362 a gallon. Gold, interestingly enough, went red for a little bit. The gap was just filled at 1975, went down as much as 1964 and was filled. Now we're at 1982. It is green now. Silver futures are down 0.17%. They were down as much as 1%, but they were green overnight, nearly 2%. So a lot of volatile changes in the market for the most part. The euro is down 37 pips against the dollar, 109.02. 115.28 for the dollar yen. That's 44 pips to the upside. That's a good hint for risk-on assets like NASDAQ, like the S&P, certain stocks of the S&P. So again, I'm keeping an eye on dollar yen. It's kind of telling us that, hey, we may get some risk on today, meaning stocks may go up. The dollar index also fell, rejected near 100, now at 98.86. Yields are up 68 basis points, 1.792. And the VIX right now, if we go ahead and bring it up, VIX is kind of sliding down a little bit. Did fill that downward gap as well. We're now at 33.21 currently. So really today, the overnight news is really that commodities are soaring, obviously due to Russia and Ukraine. We know that. Looks like crude did top out at 130 like we talked about, but looks like we're coming back down now. Carl Icahn sold his Oxy Petroleum stake. I think he had some warrants against there, some options. He sold that. Warren Buffett bought into Oxy Petroleum back on the 5th. So I think it was on the 3rd of March, excuse me. So again, a lot of setups here. I mean, what's interesting here about S&P futures is that 42.52 level, sure, we broke down a couple of times, a couple of wicks, but it seems to be just holding up there. So guys, we're just really stuck in a range between 43.71 and 42.52. Again, I have no problem shorting this market if we go ahead and break down below 42.52. So if we take a look at SPY, I do have some SPY calls here. Again, if we just get back to where we were, which is 432.17, we'll be green. So again, I'm still looking to see if we get continuation to the upside. I think we actually do because, again, that gap should be filled right around 40.3110. 432, 432.40, let's say. That'd be a nice little break to the upside. If we do end the day green, I mean, I'd be surprised. I'd be pleasantly surprised, but it's absolutely bonkers in the futures market right now. So let's take a look at some pre-market movers this morning. Pre-market movers, the Dow, let's see, the Apple's down about a quarter point, Chevron up about 1%, Microsoft down 0.45%, Intel up about 1.26%. In the S&P, Tesla's up 1.47%, Marathon, Exxon, Occidental, they're all up, obviously, with oil being up. And American Airlines, the airlines are coming down, obviously, with higher fuel costs, down 3% right now, and NVIDIA is down 1.45%, and so is AMD being red. Lucid is up as well. Let's go and take a look at Bitcoin together. Bitcoin did hit a low around 37,591, which is kind of right near that 1 hour, 20-day support. Right now, it looks like the level we need to break is right above 40,000. But 45,000, man, we were close. We broke 45,321, and then we came back down. So let's see if we can retest that upside. But right now, it looks like this little section here, right around 39,700, would break us out of that. I would like this to get to around 40,200. That'll give us the 100-day moving average. If we go ahead and bring up the daily chart here, let me go ahead and minimize this. Oh, I just had this going. Here we go. And 44,200 is your 100-day moving average. Let's see if we can get above that. So right now, nothing has really changed on my end in terms of cryptocurrencies, kind of just keeping things as is. Watching SPY turn green. Is SPY green? No, it's not green. Excuse me. SPY is not green as of yet. Let's take a look at S&P futures. We did just fill that gap to the upside. We're about to go green. Russell 2000 is green. Let me go and tweet that. Is it Russell 2000 futures green? That's fine. Okay. And yeah, sometimes this market, guys, can go wishy-washy. There you go. We're at 43.20 on the S&P. We're about to go green on futures. Unreal. We were down as much as nearly 1.7%, and we just had bids, and I just insane, absolutely insane. It's really just a really like minute-to-minute market. All right, let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Leonardo asked about SPY. Let's go over it. Let's see. I think I did go over SPY earlier. So SPY, I have a level of 432.43. If that breaks to the upside, I already have SPY calls. So again, let's see if we can get that going today. 432.43 would be nice if we can get some upside. Probably target 435. But once you get to 437, that's where you're looking for shorts, because we're going to just stay between this range here of around 425.30 and 437.07. So that's really the things you're looking for. Cat TX says, good morning, Carlos. When you're looking for confirmation if something breaks above certain value, what time frame you're looking for? A full candle above the 15-minute? No, it's a 1 hour chart. 1 hour candles is where I look at it in terms of trading personally. Good morning, Carlos says, Matthew, good morning. Are you buying stocks for long yet? No, I think we still have a little more downside. Again, if we can get above 4,500, 4,420, then I'll start buying some more, because more than likely the worst will probably be over. But again, we may just test around 4,100, meaning that we can get some really messed up stuff going on in Europe, and that could change the game. We could possibly get down to 4,000. So again, I'm being prudent. I'm waiting around. Again, it is, a lot of chop right now. We're staying in a lot of ranges, so nothing really to do here. The volatility has been insane. Yeah, that's kind of the deal. We're getting a lot of volatility, and for traders, this is where you take advantage. If you're an investor, you're basically not really trying to look at your portfolio, but as a trader, you want volatility. You're trading volatility, basically. DraftKings, $30 expiration for January 23. $30 isn't terrible. That's not a terrible bet. But again, I don't know how much that costs. How much it would cost you those calls? For that, I would just buy the stock. What do you think about Rivian calls for an earning run up? I'd rather not play earnings, to be honest. You can see Rivian downward trend across the board. If you start breaking above 51, maybe you could target 52s, but that's pretty much the only thing I see there for the most part. We do have a lot of stuff going on this week. We do have CPI on Wednesday. Let me go and bring that up to you on Forex Factory. Okay, so we did fill that gap filled. Let me go ahead and let Twitter know that was filled. There you go. So remember, keep an eye and make sure to follow us on Twitter as I live blog the market all day. Wow, look at Q's go. Okay, so we were looking at, what were we looking at? S&P futures. I think I saw the question. Oh, we're looking at Forex Factory. Excuse me. That's where we're looking at. I just closed it by mistake. Let's go. Forex Factory. We're going to click here. We're going to go to this week. We're going to apply settings. And I only put the stuff that's really important in red and orange. So we have JOLTS jobs openings on Wednesday. We also have crude oil inventories. That's every Wednesday. And we have a 10-year bond auction. So we need to keep on that in terms of investment grade bonds, junk bonds, and see those spreads. I want to see exactly where the 10-year bond auction, their actual yield is. So tomorrow and Tuesday, not much going on. Thursday, we have CPI, Consumer Price Index. Let's see what we get. We have core CPI. We have a 30-year bond auction, and then preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment. Not a huge deal, not a deal breaker in terms of the market movement for the University of Michigan consumer sentiment, but it's something to watch for. But again, CPI on Thursday is the big number. So kind of the first 3 days of the week are not going to be big in terms of economic data coming in. So it's really just going to be all technicals and momentum. That's really all you have to focus on moving forward for the next couple of days. Let's see. What do you think about AMD calls or puts? AMD puts, again, I was looking for a break of a below maybe 102.61, 107.63, kind of like S&P, kind of staying there. I love trading AMD. Let's see if we can get above maybe 108.74 or so. You could target the 110s, but AMD is definitely on the watch list. Yep, BBBY is up 100% pre-market. Yep, I saw that today. Got some headlines that we had on this morning on Twitter. If you want to go and take a look, I went ahead and tweeted that this morning. Let's see here. Palantir was also upgraded by Morgan Stanley to equal weight. I also own shares of that. Here is Bed Bath & Beyond shares surge after 70% after GameStop chairman reveals big stake. So that's really all you needed to know with that. That was from CNBC. You could see Bed Bath & Beyond surge after GameStop chairman Ryan Cohen revealed he had nearly a 10% stake in the retailer through his investment company, RC Ventures. So remember, he's the one that also co-founded Chewy. So Bed Bath & Beyond being up nearly 99% this morning. If anyone holds shares or owns calls, congratulations. Well done. So really the focus on today, guys, is really just watching the S&P. Let's see what we get at the open. We're about 29 minutes away from that. But what a big move. You're talking about we were as low as around 42, 46. You're talking about a 60-point turnaround in about 5 hours. So again, we were down pretty ugly now. And look at the Russell up. Crude is coming down a little bit. So again, it could be just one of those panic spikes. Again, I think I'm actually, if anything, short oil. I want to be short oil. I'm looking for opportunities to actually short oil. I think that's basically the panic highs you're going to get for the most part. So let's see what we get. We're going to keep an eye on headlines and we'll go from there. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, as always, for all news and blog updates that I put within the market. So we're going to see what we get moving forward. I mean, it really is hour to hour, minute to minute in this market to trade. So things can change really quickly. We'll keep an eye on any kind of implications in Europe and kind of just make our opportunities from there. Let's make it a great week, guys. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll catch you guys later for the aftermarket recap. Cheers.